Okay, so I'm trying to demonstrate by my practice videos that we're still doing Game of Thrones. We're still doing, I should show you here if you can see, still doing playground sessions. I have to remember I'm reversed here when I'm looking. Playground sessions. And I have it set up so I can see the notes because the chords are kind of hard for me, especially seeing as we're doing left-hand chords. And I don't read music very well, so I'm trying to get better. So we have a C minor, which is a C. Yeah, because the dogs barked and then ruined my last video. So that was the end of that. C minor. We have a first inversion, I believe this is. We're going to leave the G up here where it is because it doesn't need to move. Never move anything you don't have to. And then go from a G minor over B flat, which is a first inversion, I think. I'm not positive on that. I'd have to unwind it, and I'm not going to do that because I'm lazy. So from there, we go to, let's see, where were we? Measure 15. Still on the G minor to the B flat, which means we're only going to move the G to the F. Don't move anything you don't have to, it's not necessary. To the F minor over C. In this case, we got to go 1, 2, 5, 5, as opposed to 1, 3, 5, which is normally how we would finger the chords. Something like this, right? We would finger it like this. But today, we're going to, with that F minor over C, we're going to do like this. Because it's easier that way. God knows I tried it 15 times the other way, it doesn't work, and then I check the fingering. You get the option up here to check, where they want your fingers, like a fraction, 1, 3, 5, 1, 2, 5. Well, it's got 1, 2, 5. That's because it's harder to do the other way. So, for whatever that's worth. And then we're back to C minor, and we got a G minor over B, we got a B flat, which is that one there. And then we're back to C minor. So we have, what, 4 chords? They're hard for me personally because I'm, in Journey was the reason I started keyboards, right? So there's not a whole lot going on in the left hand that I was told about because he's doing a lot of synthesizer stuff, kind of like the John Carpenter thing, with the Halloween, he's got all that crazy stuff going on. Well, that's one guy and one keyboard, okay, or one, whatever it's called. I guess it would have been called a synthesizer back then, but, keyboard colloquially, right? So I've been trying this, and I just want to demonstrate that, the advertisements for Playground Sessions, it's a very good program, don't get me wrong. I'm using a ProBook HP brand 4530S, so that's got to be 10 years old, based on what I remember. And I have no interest in getting rid of it, if I can avoid it, because it still works. It works pretty well, too. And a keyboard, which is a XP80. This is from about 97, and it has MIDI, so you're going to need MIDI for this program. Now, when you plug in on the keyboard, you'll have an in. You have an in and an out. You want to plug the in to the out, and the out to the in. Trust me on this. I know it sounds completely contrary to anything else you've ever learned about wiring or anything else, and nothing bad is going to happen if you do it the other way, except for the fact that the programming can work. Okay, I tried it the other way; it doesn't work. So nowhere on the box does this tell you that. Nowhere on the program, the stuff on tells you how to make the thing work and all that. Nothing. But plug the out to the in to the out. And then take your USB part and plug it in here. If you don't get any response on one of the ports, one of the things you plug into, try another one. I have one that it particularly likes. Don't ask me why. This one also knows my particular keyboard. It knows exactly how large it is. Because it goes
2, 3, 1.
Goes from this low note to this high note, and it knows that's my keyboard on the bottom there. So the only downside of that, of course, is if you decide to take it somewhere and show other people how cool your program is, you can't do that without this gigantic heavy keyboard, which gets a lot heavier once you put it in a hard case. So, that means you don't want to move it.
1, 2,
I'm going to start
3,
this again.
1, set, go.
It's a very slow tempo, by the way. And I keep messing up that G, by the way. That should be a G instead of a D, not a G. If you make a mistake, just go get it where you were. Oops. I keep putting a G where there should be a D. Ah, that B flat. And it gives you a score out of 100. Ooh, we're down to 55. That's not good. I may be hitting a wall. We've been at this for about, I don't know, half an hour, 40 minutes overall. And then maybe you could be a little distracted and have that mess you up also. I was going to say that, you want to, me personally, I don't know what you all do, but don't move anything that doesn't have to be moved. So that means that, one of the notes in the chord will probably stay the same. Don't move that one don't move that one that's staying the same to the next chord if you can help it. And in this case, I have a shape here. It also looks like a C minor, just like this hand. Right? So they sound the same except they're an octave apart. And that's just a shape that I'm keeping for the melody. For whatever that's worth. But to keep the shape above the keys here, that way you got it when you need it. Because if it's just wherever it is, now you got to come back, and that wastes time. Especially that this is actually supposed to be like 170 beats per minute. That's pretty fast. So you got to have it together, okay? I'm going to try this one more time and ignore you guys for a minute.
1, 2, 3, 1, set, go.
I don't like that start.
1, 2, 3, 1, set, go.
If you make a mistake, just go and get it where you can go and get it. Back to C minor. Oops. I failed to miss that D on a regular basis. Back to C minor. Oops, I'm sorry, that's a B flat. There's a C minor. There's a C minor. And we only have a 68, so this may be time to move on. So the B flat has the same amount of, it's just kind of hanging at the G, the B, and the D, or excuse me, that's not D, that's B flat, D, and F. Duh. Of course it is. So like that. But if you're not paying close attention to the way that it all sits on 3 lines stacked on top of each other, then it looks like a C minor. And that's where the mistake was. So in this case, you get the option to just go back and see where your mistakes are. So God knows I've done better from the first 5 measures. In this case, measure 9 to measure 14. I've done better because I didn't get the, oops. Yeah. So I didn't hit that cleanly enough, and then as far as the computer's concerned, it's a mistake, which it is. Oh, that's right. They're all very close, aren't they? They're close in nature there. But the C minor would be cows eat grass. I still have to count the mnemonics. Yeah, the C, the E flat, and the G. So for whatever that's worth, I'm probably gonna And maybe give it one more try. I just wanted to make the commitment to having some video here, so that way anybody who's asking can see that I made an effort.
1, 2, 3, 1, set, go.
And I'm never going to get that D as long as I live. Back to C minor. Oh, sorry. Ah, it's a B flat. Foo. I don't like to think of myself as being that bad. But I'm not going to get that 80 until for the rest of my life, apparently. So I may have to either, you know, at this point I've apparently hit the wall because the score is not getting any better. I'm 61. So I could change songs or I can go do something else. And I don't want to go do something else in terms of, you know, I can get off into the thing where, you know, it's all gone and then I don't get to do any more today, and that's that.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, see, we're not having a good piano day. Yeah, I forget how it ends. Oh, yeah, well, no matter. That's all for the moment. I've put my time in. I just have hit the wall, so I think I have to go do something else for a while and come back to this. Oh, and I should also mention, if you just shut down, a quick thing, then you have to shut the program down. Bye-bye.